New day, new project. Just got the 220 delivered to this job this morning. The home builder's got another local clearing guy to, he's going to be clearing this lot. They already had that scheduled before, but I'm actually working for the son's going to build a house here, working for the mother on cleaning up this old farm pond back here. Let's go down here and check it out. He's going to build a house right here overlooking the pond. We'll get down here and check it out real quick. So here is the old farm pond. A nice cypress tree right here. He's lowered the water down some. I got to lower it a little bit more to do the work that I got to do. But I'm going to be clearing out some of those dead trees right there, those river birch trees. I got to brush cut the pond dam here. Put a new overflow. I'm going to clear along that edge over there and take out the island, clean up the trees around it. Just, you know, overall spruce it up a little. This pretty overgrown. I'm going to brush cut everything that I can reach from up here. It's got like an old 4-inch overflow pipe in it. And where's the stick at? Right there. I've got to unclog that and get the water to drain down some more. I hear it trickling out, but there's a lot more flow in here than there is pipe. So what I'm going to do is clear out back here on the backside of this pond dam some. Do a burn pile right there. Take these trees out all the way down this edge and the island and dredge out any of this sediment right here that needs to be taken out. And clean up kind of the creek channel up there and just make it overall a nice pretty view from the house up there coming down here, because that's just an overgrown nasty mess with all this wood and tree debris out here. So that's the project at hand here. So behind the pond dam here is the overflow, if I can get down here to it. All the briars and bushes. So it looks like there's about a quarter of a pipe coming out. Just a 4-inch PVC pipe and a overflow. So I can find my way back up here. They said a long time ago when somebody was brush cutting the dam, they knocked the pipe off or broke it somehow. But that's how I'm going to use it to drain it down. I'm going to try to get that unclogged. I'm going to reach over there beside it and try to scratch out a little bit. I don't really know what's going on. He said he put the pipe there beside it, or the I guess the old handle. I don't see where it's at, but let me see if I can dig around it and find out where it's at and see if I can get it to go down a little bit more. I need to take that island out, so I need it down about another 1.5 to 2 feet. Well, I reached around and got some of those branches and stuff off, and I shimmied the way out there on top of the thumb and the bucket and got it unclogged, and I'm going to dig around the other side a little bit. I'm actually going to go out there with the chainsaw and cut that down about 1 foot so that it'll drain it on down, and it'll probably drain it down enough while I'm here so I can keep an eye on it. I'll be sure to get a video of me out there trying to cut that off with the chainsaw. Alright, wish me luck. about another 8 inches and I'll do it again. All right, as you can tell, I got that cut off. Wasn't pretty, but this is about as far as I could cut in the water and cut it somewhat even. Let's go check it out and see how much flow we have. Should be a full 4-inch pipe. I didn't get wet, so that's a good day in my book. Oh yeah, got good flow now. That'll take it on down, drain it out some. All right, I'm gonna let that go down. I'll probably have to cut it off one more time before I leave. I'm just gonna work a half day here today and kind of get started on clearing some of these trees out, because that's got to drain down and dry up some. The problem is the beavers have tried clogging that up, and that's why there's so much stuff around it. Is they can't stand the sound of water flowing, and that's why the water was going through the spillway when I looked at this job back in September. But yeah, that should pull it on down, and I'm gonna end up capping that and plugging that off, but and put a new overflow in. So I'm gonna go over here and get started on some trees. I'm gonna make my way down this bank over here. The pink ribbon is marking the line that I'm not going to clear any more past. I might have to take down that tree right there to get a little bit more room. That might turn a little soft because I do have to skid steer a fair amount of mud out, so I can't waste it up here. So what I'm going to do is clear all this stuff out, pile it up, burn it back here behind the pond dam. The owner wants the pine logs. He's going to get a little sawmill. They're going to build a pretty good sized barn. He wants the wood for that. I'm going to clear this out, pile this up. I'm going to save all those cedar trees because it is almost the dead of winter now. Stuff's wet and green and won't burn, but those will pretty much burn dry. So I'm going to set those to the side and use that to be able to get my fire started. Tell where the beavers have been in here and like that. They chewed that tree off, killed it. That's pretty much why everything's flooded. The normal level of the pond was not this high, and they plugged up that drain, caused the pond to be higher than normal for an extended period of time, and that's what killed all these trees. So I'm going to take them out, clean it up, redress this shoreline, probably raise the water up back to almost the level the beaver had it, a little bit below that spillway though. All this rock mess that won't burn, I'll just take it. I'm going to fill in this corner of the pond dam back here behind it. I can just mix all that in with the mud. Or I'll probably burn somewhere right in here, so I'm just going to throw this stuff over here to the side for now. Make a little room. I got to clear out all this. Go ahead and get my cedar trees. It's going to be my fire kindling. That's about the only hope I have to be able to get a fire burning this time of year. Relatively easy. way it doesn't get buried into the brush pile. Even these stumps will probably burn if I throw them over here and get a little dirt knocked off of them, or the pine tree won't swing into it. Look how the beaver started chewing on that pine tree right there and got it all screwed up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to get a fire going pretty good with that. Did a number on this stuff. Finish cleaning up. Well, I'll go ahead and take those dead trees down. I'm going to finish up cleaning some more of that stuff up, and then we'll go ahead and start dropping these bigger trees and getting them cut up and cleaned up. I can grab swinging into that pine tree, these couple dead ones. Pile of dead stuff too. It should burn better than a green tree. It's so dead you can't even hardly grab it. Pretty much used to be about the level of the pond. Alright, well, let me get all this mess cleaned up. So I'm a little over halfway up the pond here now. Put down that tree. Just knock this one down first. See where the beavers have chewed around them, and probably gonna die over time. Plus I need a path around here, but everything's going pretty good. Getting everything cleaned up. All the small stuff separated out. The dead cedars so that I can use those to get the fire started. All this I'm just gonna crunch up and burn. Probably have to wait till sprinkle of rain to burn, because I'm like right out in the middle of the woods. I don't need to set the woods on fire. the house up there is kind of the homestead of this place, and this is the son's going to build a house right there, and wants the pond to be, you know, nice and pretty looking around it. So that's kind of why I'm cleaning all this up, making everything nice and presentable. Have a nice edge to be able to go around right here. Kind of help keep everything mowed and maintained around the pond a little bit better. Before you couldn't even get around here. So kind of what I'm trying to do is get all this cleaned up so it looks nice. I'm gonna take out most of those trees over there so they can be able to see across to the pond. It's gonna turn out nice. They've got a little bit of shade around the pond here, even though there's all these other trees. I kind of don't want to leave it completely bare. I ain't quite figured out how I'm going to get to that island yet. I have to take some of these trees and logs and build me a path. Bring the mud mats. I'm going to try to avoid that if all possible, just because I have no good access to get a trailer in here with them. Bucket in the ground and kind of see how soft it is. Maybe it's got a solid bottom. I doubt it though. They never do. Get this cleaned up and I'll make my way out there. So I made it up here all the way to the head section of the pond where the spring, there's a spring, you see it coming out of the ground right there. It squirts up and runs down. There's another one over there. And that's what keeps this pond full. I'm gonna clear out this stuff right in here. They wanted to kind of pretty much clean this mess up because all this is pond. Get this dug out. This is what I'll be digging out to get a little depth here, as it's only about a foot deep when the pond is full. Pretty much clean this mess up and have it so they have a nice view from the house up there. And I'm gonna finish cleaning all this junk up, and these two big trees are staying, but the rest of that stuff is getting knocked down. So while I'm up here, I'm gonna go ahead and clear down to the pond right here. I'm dying to know how soft that is up there, so I can kind of plan accordingly for what I'm going to have to do to be able to get out there to that island, because I'm taking all that out. So far, what I've checked in the creek right here, it's only about a foot and a half deep. Something solid. This is going to be really pretty pond when it's all cleared up around. It's just been neglected for years and years. Everything's just kind of conjugated right here. This is what they want to clean out so bad. The big old that thing was. It was bigger than a field mouse. Running out of the tall grass, we'll probably see it again. Right here where all this stuff died and fell down into the pond. I think the pond is about at the level it was when it was supposed to be full. I don't know, maybe a little bit taller. Yes, solid ground. Whew. Just getting a little worried because that could have been a nail in my side right there if that was. Now I ain't got out there yet, but if it's solid in that creek channel, it ought to be pretty decent out here. I just got to get the pond down enough where that's dry. Awesome. Love it when a plan comes together. I can drive right out there to it. Break some of these branches out so that it'll start drying out some. That's normally why I try to talk people out of islands when I'm building a new pond, is because there's absolutely no way to get out there to maintain it unless you either swim out there or put a weed whacker in a boat and go out there. I mean, they had a bridge, but it fell down, and you just see it turns into an ungodly eyesore unless you're really dedicated to maintain it. On the other hand, I don't want to have to deal with building a bridge out there to it or putting a lawnmower in a boat. Now this is really soft right here. Let this dry out a little bit more. Where's that tree at? It's going to be a little squishy. Alright, well I'm going to clean this up and then it's going to be time to take some big trees. Alright, I'm going to start up here and take down the biggest tree. Stuff is like quicksand. I'm going to try not to dig too big of a hole because I've got to drive through here. Look at that. Oh boy. That's not going to take much to knock this down, I don't think. Look at that. When I haul this mud out, I might have to take the skid steer through a path or something. That right there is liquid. I honestly don't know how that pine tree is still alive living in that. Well, at least it's not going to take much to push over. Big soft spot. See if I can break a little dirt off before I roll that up out of the stump hole. Now that it's all nice and muddy, I'll have to cut it off. There we go. Get up here where I can work with you. Grab the chainsaw real quick, chop that up, and we'll move on to the next one. I wasn't expecting it to be that liquidy right here though. Alright, so I got that big tree cleaned up. I'm going to take these two down. Turn into quicksand. Everywhere I dig there, it gets pretty squishy. I'm hoping it kind of dries out with the pond being down some. I'll let it set next week. Let it do what it's going to do. This over here where I can cut it without being in the mud. About right in that area. drive back through here. I don't want a bunch of giant sinkholes. Cut this up now. So I made pretty good progress this afternoon. I've gotten everything cleared down this edge. This tree line. I saved that tree and those three right there. And got all that small stuff cleaned out and the trees ripped up. I'm going to go back out there now before I leave and check the overflow. It's drained down about 4 or 5 inches. I need it to go down, well, I need it at least dry from there across. So I'm going to go out there if I got to take a chainsaw and cut it down a little bit more. And if that's dry tomorrow, I may go out there and clear off the trees off that island and maybe lay that dirt back against the bank here so it'll dry out some. But I'll just have to see how much water comes out this evening and overnight. And I still got to take down those few smaller trees along that shoreline over there. But it's coming along pretty good. Let's go check the overflow drain out now. So it gotten clogged up. It's still about 6 inches below the water level now. I'm going to actually grab the chainsaw and see if I can cut another 4 or 5 inches off, whatever I can reach to get it down a little bit lower. Let it drain down tonight, but you can see the ring right there on the bank that it's gone down. I know that's like 6 or 8 inches, but probably in elevation up and down 4 or 5 inches. All right, let me get the saw and see if I can trim that down a little bit more. All right, I went out there to the chainsaw and cut it down another 6 or 8 inches. That is slightly difficult to do. There's a good stream coming out now though. It'll pull that down good. According to how tall this pond dam is, it's still probably going to be 4 or 5 feet of water out there. So, all right, I'm gonna let that drain down overnight. I'll check it out tomorrow. Starting to look better already.